Sometimes you don't want all the bells and whistles, you just want a ship that will get the job done fast. Vulcan de Lacy present to you the Python, a multi-purpose ship that offers the enticing balance of manoeuvrability, firepower and all the compartments you need for mining or hauling. Because any mission, any system, any station, it will do. No matter what you throw at it, because whatever you want to do, it will do it for you.
You've flown ships at max speed. You've felt the power of the 30 megawatt mining laser. You've experienced the efficiency of the MB4 mining machine.
Wow.
But it leaves every hardcore miner with just one question.
Why can't I get a shave that's that fast, close and efficient?
Introducing the Saracen MB5 shaving drone.
It's so smooth.
Combining the power of a mining laser with the convenience of a drone.
It's like every hair is targeted by a fighter and destroyed.
Saracen's patented shaving drone attaches to your face at the start of the day. Leave it to do its work, and when you come back to check, your face is shaved.
He's so smooth.
It's like I'm mining my face.
The Saracen MB5 shaving drone.
Now I feel manly.
Saracen Shaving, making shaving an unnecessary adventure.
Cocky Joe, I wanna know Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 568 of Lave Radio, the show that talks about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix to Fire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, Chief Archivist of Lave Station, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder Bar for this episode, we have our SRV Banksy, Commander Alec Turner.
Hello.
We have our Head of Health and Safety, Commander Ed Levice, otherwise known as Ben Mosswoodward.
I need to chew on more sausages.
We also have our Staff Liaison Officer, Commander Psykit, otherwise known as Claire.
The best one in the world, Ben. I think you've had enough.
Yes, so if you wish, you can join us live. We are hanging out in-game. We've got Ben flying around in stuff that we'll talk about later. And we've got... do we have a... Yes, we do. We've got a Chris Mark for looking out of the window at various comings and goings at Lave Station. So, if you can't get to us in game, you could also join the Twitch chat channel, which you could access through laveradio.com/live and click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio or YouTube. Look up Lave Radio there, because we're also broadcasting. So, let's go around the crew, see how they've all been, and we'll start with Alec this week.
That's the sound of a gut punch as I realise I'm completely unprepared to talk about my week. What the hell have I done?
I can't win. Okay, don't go to me. No, don't go to me. No, okay, let's go.
No, it's fine. To you, to me, to you. I've got it.
Or rather, these days, to you.
Oh, harsh. Too soon.
Oh, Jesus, Colin.
That was 3 years ago, at least.
Funny, though. Right, this week I finished, we finished watching season 2 of Fallout, which was amazing, although I'm not entirely sure I understood season 2 as well as season 1. I feel I have some questions. I need to go and look up a synopsis and have someone on the internet explain it to me.
Oh no, that's a bad sign.
But it was amazing. The visuals and the style of it, I just adore it. It's incredible. Yeah, what else? Oh, I spent a good chunk of the weekend filling out a massive questionnaire for the probate solicitor we've hired.
Oh.
But do I get paid £500 an hour for doing that? No, I fucking don't. Doesn't seem fair, does it? I do all the work, he takes the money.
Yeah,
I've
been there.
That is indeed how it works. And then in-game Distant Worlds 3 rolls on. It's good. It's it's exhausting, but I blame that on myself. In fact, we, the the sort of unofficial Distant Worlds 3 time trial race creating team really have brought this upon ourselves. We all came on this expedition to get away from it all, I think, and racing ahead and then attempting to build a load of like racetracks in time for everyone turning up on Friday has just become a weekly routine now. And then racing all weekend to try and do well in our own races, and then jump back on the carrier and then leap off it on Tuesday and repeat the cycle. It's absolutely brutal, but we are having a huge amount of fun. We had some really good races this week. We had a fantastic. Where's the leaderboard so I can remember its name? We had a fantastic ship canyon race called the Abyssal Rush, which I only ever got to race in the dark, which was a shame. But it was a really fun one because it's where those kind of complex little canyon complexes you get in Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
That sort of look a bit like cracked mud from above. Well, what's happened is there was one of those, but then like a massive crater had smashed into it. So it was like that, but half of it went off and down down the edge of a really deep crater. So there was a couple of maneuvers where I wasn't up to this level, but a couple of maneuvers where the top racers were literally like rolling inverted so that they could pull up to go down the side of the crater and then sort of roll again level and pull up to level out. And so some incredible flying. There's some amazing pilots on DW3. It's great that they've got this opportunity to show off their skills. I might talk about that more on later when we come to talk about the Kestrel, but watching these guys sort of throw Vipers and Eagles around these courses is just a thing of beauty to behold. Yeah, so lots more racing, and we have I've now sort of released a leaderboard. So I've been doing this big leaderboard where I give people points for all the time trials, and I'm trying to collate it, but it turns out I've got some bugs. I'm trying to balance it out because there's a lot more SRV races than ship races, and some are good at one thing and some are good at the other. And if I just give them equal points, then because I'm winning or coming second in quite a lot of the SRV races, it just dominates the points, which doesn't seem fair, and is also slightly embarrassing. So I'm trying to. I asked ChatGPT today to help me write a formula to make my leaderboard fairer. So turns out it's quite tricky. I expect the Formula One guys know all about that. Yeah, so that's my week. Lots of DW3 fun.
Excellent. Ben, how's your week been?
Yeah, my week's been good. So DW3 stuff. I took part in the record-breaking mass jump from Beagle Point on Sunday, and that was as buggy a mess as you'd expect and as chaotic as you'd expect. But they got over 140 people in the same instance, which is well, at the time people were believing the old record was about 107, I think I heard somebody say. And we were easily over 140. The accuracy of any of those statements, I can neither confirm nor deny. But that's the information as best as I have it. It was a bloody nightmare, obviously, getting everybody in. The organizers essentially, they originally were like, I want to invite Ben, I want to invite Alec, I want to invite Claire, etc., etc. And due to friend groups basically giving up the ghost of listing your friends, they were like, okay, send me a PM send me a PM if you can see me, and I'll try and invite you.
Yeah, that would have been difficult.
Yeah, and even then, once we got over 100 and something people, dropping down was temperamental at best. As an example, once we were up over 120 and Nagy had a crash because he was looking and trying to find a friend, and then he crashed. Obviously came out of the game, came out of the instance. I was trying to invite him back in. I managed to get him, so that was a win. But then he dropped in on me. But as far as he was concerned, I didn't drop in on him. So I could see him, he couldn't see me or anybody else. And then he had a client crash anyway. So I think at that point he kind of gave up and couldn't take part in his own mass jump. So that's been that. I've been playing some Prison Architects again, which I think the last time I played that was about 2021 or something like that. Like last week I was in the stage where it's like it's taken 3 days and I'm still building my bloody prison and I don't have any prisoners in it. Now I've got a bunch of prisoners in it, and despite me being the world's nicest warden and giving them luxuries and radios and PCs, 3-course meals, etc., etc., the bastards just threw a riot. So ungrateful.
Pressing exited out so hard right now.
What, about them throwing a riot or about me being nice?
Oh, you being nice, Ben.
I might have been a bit loose with the taser. That's just a good time, isn't it? Yeah, that's really that's basically been about all I've been doing, really. Yeah, that'll do.
Excellent. Psychit.
I have been so busy. I've been embracing my inner bin man and playing the new update on No Man's Sky where they've given there's a new expedition, the Remnant expedition, and there's a new update where you're basically a bin man, and it's so much fun. It genuinely is. I've built a road from my base to a trash heap, like to a waste thing, and it took forever, and it was so tricky to get it done, but it's done, and it's really fun. That was one thing. So I've played all weekend doing that. We did. I had session 1 of a new D&D campaign that I'm a player in, which was very cool. I love Sid so much. She's so cool. She's my favorite, but the party is full of what Sid can only assume to be pacifists, because not a single thing they did hit. But yeah, that was really fun. That was really fun and cool, and playing with some new people. And then we started actually finally doing Blood on the Clock Tower on a Sunday night, quite regular. The plan is to do every Sunday night is to play some Blood on the Clock Tower. We played on Sunday, had some really, really good games of Blood on the Clock Tower. Had a really fun last game where Pete and Chris completely gassed at my sister, and it was absolutely chef kiss wonderful. But yeah, it was a really, really good amount of fun. If you fancy coming and joining that, absolutely do. And then on top of it, Frontier's given me stuff to do. So I haven't really stopped. I was looking forward to having a day off today. I'm doing Lave, and obviously I did I've just come off the back of a stream with Special Effect where we were playing Repo together. Well, I've never played Repo before. I bought it specifically to play with Special Effect, and it's fun. It's a very fun little game. You play as robots who are trying to like all of humanity has died, and you play as robots trying to rescue items and hoard artifacts and that kind of thing. And there are weird paranormal monsters, but none of it's scary. It covers a nice fine balance between scary and not scary, and it was just a blast. And we raised some money for charity over the last 2 hours as well. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Have I left the house? Absolutely not, because to leave the house I'd have to be doing something other than being on my computer, and that just hasn't happened. There we go. What have you been up to, Colin?
Well, apart from avoiding illness in our household, because my daughter seems to have brought back another round of lurgy, Everyone else in the family's at it, and I'm just waiting for my turn, I suppose. Apart from that, it's been a full-on Elite week. No Final Fantasy, no other games, apart from Icewind Dale, which I'll come to another time. Main characters now worked up to all 3 level 5 suits. Level 10 with Mahan power play. Been wiping out outlaw bases left, right, and center, and absolutely enjoying the new NPC artificial intelligence. I've still got to unlock 3 foot engineers. Power play command is still defending the Empire in the Enclave. Antal is going to need some kicking, and we're allowed to now, apparently. And the exploration commander is now less than 5,000 light years from Colonia. So, yeah. Although, I must admit, I did catch up with the Muppet Show, which Ben was really enthusiastic about, and I didn't like it. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
This is going to sound really weird. It's because Kermit and Miss Piggy don't sound right.
Yeah, I wondered if
I get that. I understand that.
Yeah, and
well done, Ben. Thank you for stating the obvious. The award goes to.
Yeah, no, you see, the thing was when the original guy that replaced Jim Henson when Jim Henson passed, he sounded very similar like Kermit. Whoever they've got doing it. What?
He's also a creeper.
Yeah, I know he's also a creeper, but the point that I'm making is that whoever they got to replace him doesn't sound like Kermit to me, and I don't know, it just didn't work.
Yeah, it does sound like Kermit's gone through adolescence or something.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. But one thing it did make me do is I remember watching with my daughter this thing called Once Upon a Time, all about the Disney characters trapped in the real world.
That was one of my favourite shows until it went completely batshit. It was batshit, but then it went completely batshit.
It goes completely batshit in the last season, but apparently if you watch it up to that, then it rounds off nicely. But I thought, right, I'm going to start watching that again. I'm 6 episodes in 2 days, and I'm there going, why? How's it got a hold of me this quickly? But yeah, there you go. That's what I've been up to. So a busy Elite week for me, but not as busy as the development news. What have the devs said this week? Well, no, we're not going to even say not much, because we always do that when there's a lot of stuff on, and yeah, in this case there has been quite a lot. And on Friday they dropped a little hint that something was coming on Monday, with a little picture of a ship's nose poking out. And then on Monday, we've got the full-blown devlog, which is the full plans for 2026, a quick review of how 2025 went. And yeah, so we've got, same as last year, 5 new phases coming up. Phase 1, which we'll be talking about soon, that's the new ship, the Kestrel, which is, based on the old Kestrel from Frontier. Not Elite, Frontier this time. We have Phase 2. That's when operations kick in with a new vessel. You might see a plan for coming in with this coming along. Then there's that will be coming out in April. Then we have Phase 3. 2 new vessels. So that's Phase 3. Phase 4 will be a rebooted feature. And they didn't go into too much detail about that, but they say it's an old part of the system that they're going to do a deep dive on. Well, they're trying to decide how deep they need to go. And guess what? Another vessel. Yes. And any prizes for guessing what Phase 5 will be?
Is it a new vessel?
Yes, it is a new vessel. Now, it's a funny thing that it should be noticed, they're saying vessels, not ships.
It's very intriguing. Why change that word?
Yes. What are you playing at? What's going on?
Like normally we say don't read into the words that Frontier say, because sometimes they say things that they don't mean. But this was written, And
Yeah.
that's important.
Many
That
times.
this was on an infographic.
Many times it was written.
Yeah, multiple
It's got
times.
more letters than ship. And the thing that gets me about this is that the word vessel in no way can be applied to a land vehicle. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just not, vessels are boats. You would not
Yes.
call a car a vessel. So it's even weirder. Like if they were trying to generalize it to cover ships and, I don't know, SRVs, vessel is not the word you would use. So I
It's
don't know.
weird, isn't it? It's a weird choice.
It is weird.
Opens it up to a lot of speculation. Outside of an SRV, which is so strange.
Maybe that's their plan. This is well, we've got to give them something to talk about. Let's make it more interesting. Let's say vessel instead of ship.
Yeah.
I mean, you could call a mug a vessel.
Of course, the one that would fit into that, which is both a spaceship and a seagoing vessel, is the Moray Starboat.
Yeah. It's going to be a submarine. Waterworld's confirmed. That's the feature reboot.
Now, it should also be pointed out that there were two extra things that they wanted to talk about. Is the fact that there is ongoing plot which will be building during the entire year. So it's not just going to be, right, this is your lot. There is going to be a kind of, I don't know, an azimuth-like plot going on. We don't know. The only thing that we can really guess is it's got something to do with the plants that we've been scanning.
Yeah, I think the language Pierce used was it's going to have hopefully by the end of the year, around the end of the year, there'll be a big punch. He said big punch, and I was like,
Is it going to be Thargoid War big?
we don't know. Well, we'd hope so. Like if it is Thargoid, let's say if it is Thargoid War big, we're looking at something with longevity, which is always a good sign. So
yeah. I mean,
wait, I've got it. Punch bowl, vessel, drinking vessels. We're going to be able to get drinks from the bar by the end of the year.
There it is. There it is.
Well, Alec, have you ever thought of going on Connections? Yeah. They also did release some colonization stats, which were astounding. So at the moment, we have 101,862 systems colonized by the players. That is 5 times bigger than the initial bubble.
Wow.
I know. So, yeah. It's 6 times bigger than it actually was. So, that's it's phenomenal. 307,014 facilities in space and 175,973 facilities built on planets. So, yeah, that is a huge amount of work that we've done. But this is where it gets really interesting. They've moved operations back to April into phase 2. So, come
on then, let's have it.
Let's have the operations. Right. Now, after ever planning to use this, I found this really interesting. They're planning to use it as a deployment platform for future content, which I thought was really interesting. There's going to be multiplayer. It looks like it's PvE, so you join up in a lobby if you haven't got a team, and then you all head out to do your operation. Yeah, it does seem to have its own little what would you call that, mini fleet carrier or something like that, which looked really good. Yes.
Yeah. What's the place where you get your ground missions from?
Oh, that would be the Concourse. You mean the Frontline Solutions Desk?
It's a frontline fleet carrier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other two really interesting things I found was that there's going to be a new currency involved for this. that can be spent on modules, equipment, and blueprints for engineering.
And other things that they didn't reveal at the point. They said they said it's going to be so you can spend it on modules, you can spend it on equipment, and there will be engineering blueprints that you will be able to spend it on, and other things that we're not going to share just yet.
I missed the other things we're not going to
Yeah,
share.
they did say other things. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also, if you run an operation in PowerPlay, which is optional, you don't have to run it for PowerPlay. It has a big undermining effect on wherever you select to run it against, which I
Point
thought
of
was
order.
great.
Did they say big?
No, they didn't. I'm very confused where Colin's got this
It
from.
was big, but never mind.
So
Okay,
what they said. What they said is you could go and speak to a PowerPlay person. The PowerPlay person would direct you to a operation in a certain system, and when you completed the operation in that system, it would have an undermining effect. It didn't say, they didn't specify that it was big. But honestly, anything that does undermining you would hope that it would have a bit effect bigger than current stuff that does undermining, and especially if there's something a bit chunkier with the operations, then maybe who knows.
It's quite cool. I like their logic that basically because you were a raiding team, it made sense for it to be undermining.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of tied in. I thought it made sense.
Yeah, I mean, they have highlighted this raid the mega ship one quite a lot, but that's not the only not the only operation that we're getting. They've got operations of various complexity or different activities planned to come out with the initial release, with further operations slated for later in the year, which I think is fantastic. When they said it was going to be used as a deployment platform, I just got complete and utter something similar in SOTOR. And what they used to do is, in order to progress the plot, all of a sudden a new operation would appear, or a new war zone would appear, and you'd play through that and get the plot in quite a nice way. And
Did they release quite a lot for SOTOR?
It was at the moment. God, it's been ages since I played it. But when I remember it, before they started doing paying on DLC, they would just wind up a new operation, which was PvE, and there'd be a PvP war zone. So there'd be something for everybody, and at the end of it, you get that little extra bit of plot, which would move on to the next one. You could rerun that operation as many times as you like to get different loot, but in order to know how the story was progressing, that's what you would do. And I got sneaking suspicion this could be a way for Frontier to put forward any new plot which could lead to a big bang. Yeah, which I'm really excited about.
I hope it's a pretty modular system for them.
I would hope so, yeah.
So that it's relatively easy for them to knock up a new level as such, and and we shall see, I guess.
Yeah, well, looking at the mega ship one which they were showing, I mean that I don't mean to be mean about it, but it does look like it's all assets we've seen before.
Yeah, I wish they'd shown they talked about mining, and they said they've got other things coming, but they did in the first mention of operations, they mentioned mining. In a way, I kind of wish they would have shown that. I know what people running around on the ground shooting each other looks like. I can visualize that kind of operation perfectly. We've seen it a dozen times in a dozen games. I would be intrigued for them to help me visualize what a mining operation would look like, because I can't picture that as easily.
Do you know why I think they probably chose to show more stuff with people being on foot?
No.
My guess would be that this is a wild step in the dark, but my guess would be that they are still trying to incentivize people to do the on foot stuff. I think there are a very quiet number of players who are just happy sitting in their ship all the time and not doing a lot of on foot stuff. And I think we see more on foot stuff deliberately with the intention of incentivizing players to come and do more on foot stuff. That would be my guess. That would be why I would do it. But
yeah.
and yeah, like they're right. And I would just say that Frontier have confirmed that it isn't all assets that have been used before, but there's not a lot more that they can say about that to us at the moment.
I mean, fair enough.
I think
we're
picked up on a couple of things. There's like a new little terminal or something.
Yeah, I saw a few bits. Yeah.
I mean, I've got no problem with it. I do prefer, have a bit of a dogfight before you dock with whatever the mega ship is, or have to deal with any mega ship defenses in your ship, then dock. I mean, that'd be fine. Bit of ship combat, bit of on foot combat, bit of this, bit of that. Hey, you saw it.
They did say that you would have there would be options for that though as well. That there would be options to do on in space. Like there would be like a mixture of the two. Or you can choose one which is just solely in your spaceship, or you can do choose operations that are solely on the ground with a range of different time lengths and a range of different difficulty levels. So you can really cater the experience for yourself when you go and choose these missions.
Yeah. So. I mean, we'll come on to the Kestrel in a minute, but I just wanted to get everybody's impression from what you've seen of operations. Are you still excited? Because I know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just as excited as I was before. Everything thus far still remains pretty accurate to the design document in my head.
I thought you could see the design document in my hands. Oops, shouldn't say that.
No, shouldn't say that. But I'm a little bit curious. There's a couple of things I'm a little bit curious with. The curiosity, and I don't think it's a fully negative. I'm curious about a separate operations-based currency and how that will affect gameplay. Obviously, it incentivizes people playing, doing the operations content to get that stuff. Absolutely, totally understand why you would do something along those lines. Curious as to why it isn't just like a loot table like with power play, but again, time will tell with that. I'm a little. The difference between it being you and up to 4 in the previous thing when they first talked about operations, you and up to 3 other commanders will be able to take part, and now it's you and a group of your mates, or you can join a lobby and find other people. Because a lot of our community plays solo. A lot of the Elite Dangerous community don't grow up with people, which I genuinely do think is a shame. I've had the most fun playing PvE with other folks, and it's great. But
no, I get that.
I'd love there to be an option to be solo, just for those commanders who do want to just continue flying the spaceship solo.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen a lot of. Well, I'm out then if it's solo.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, I've seen
not
a
solo.
lot.
I mean.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments on along those lines as well. But I think, my main concern about operations is not actually the operations themselves. I'm just hoping that they've got the lobby and the networking sorted out for it, because you just have to look at. CQC has been crying out for a lobby since it was launched. And one of the reasons why it didn't work is you didn't have that kind of functionality. And I'm just praying that they've got around that problem.
I mean, it's essential. If it's multiplayer, if you have to be in a team with other people to do an operation, it's dead in the water if they haven't fixed that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I know people play CQC, but not many.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that lobby could be reused for CQC, not going to say anything
Until,
like
I mean, not many people play CQC until the big feature rework in the middle of the year.
Maybe.
No. Just let's be honest, right now, no.
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 I talked myself round to it being CQC the other day. I literally talked myself in circles and went, "Oh yeah, no, maybe it is CQC." Because, like, if they're doing this lobbied basis PvE thing, surely the answer to a lobbied basis PvE thing, which definitely needs TLC and has been at the core of the game from the start, would definitely be CQC, and that would be your PvP hunting action. Or maybe it is CQC, and maybe they are putting it on front. And there is an hour of me playing No Man's Sky and talking about that. Literally talking myself around into that world.
I've got an image of the guy with the beard pointing at the wall with all the red strings everywhere.
Yeah, I figured it out, lads. I figured it out.
Yeah, I mean, well, we can touch on this for just a second. The rework of an existing. Oh, sorry, Alec.
Well, I was just going to say, Colin, sort of back to your question. I know I chipped in a couple of times, but generally, I suppose my thought, I suppose it goes back to them just focusing on the on-foot combat thing. I suppose my excitement for operations has dropped slightly, if anything, because it's kind of the multi-vehicle aspect of it. It's how do you start an operation? What does that look like? Do you jump on board a mega ship? Where do you go? How do you meet up with the others? Do you jump in your ship? Do you fly somewhere? All that stuff I find really exciting. Whereas if it's just going to drop me into a game of Unreal Tournament, then I'm kind of not interested.
Yeah, I must admit, I am quite curious at how it's actually going to fit in with the game world itself. If it is going to be one of these cases where you walk over to a booth and it's like you're logging into a computer game or something. You know what I mean? It's sort of you're logging onto another thing. Like TQC is supposed to be a video game that goes through around the entire world or something like that, but it feels disconnected. As long as it doesn't lose that connection with the rest of the elite galaxy or things like that, then I think it will work fine. It's just, yeah.
I get you. I get where you're coming from.
I took what they were saying to be, as long as you can get to a base, don't worry how we magically teleport you to where the actual operation is.
Yeah, they did say that.
They said that you can play with anyone as long as you get to a base, basically, didn't they?
They did, but then they also said with the power play, they would give you certain systems to go to. So it's a great question.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, will it be like the mission system, where if a system enters a certain state, certain missions become available? Is it going to be a case where if a system goes into a certain state or into a certain power play state, then all of a sudden these operations become available for those systems?
I hope so. That'd be really nice. That's the connectivity of the universe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Otherwise, I don't want to just go to Frontline Solutions and then that's a lobby, and then before you know it, we're playing Unreal Tournament, like Alec was saying. That
I'd almost prefer that, I think, because so long as I can, if the game is giving us all these different stories to tell, then there's a part of me that think, I've already given up on realism in Elite, so we've got so many things that just, so I'm not worrying about that. I'll pretend in reality I'm just a little robot running around and I've telepresence into it or whatever. I don't care. But if we can remote somehow, and I can be over here, you can be over there, Claire can be over somewhere else, Chris can be somewhere else, and we can all say, right, everyone's at the station, let's all meet up, and then we'll all join this mission because we're part of a team,
Mm-hmm.
then that's going to add a lot of ability to play with your friends without having to faff about and spending an hour and a bit to actually get there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing that will help with all that connectivity. One of the problems that I had with some of the SOTOR stuff is when you started an operation, you were given a build. And I think it would, as long as you can use your own builds in these operations, where it's your Maverick suit or it's your Dominator suit, I think that would work. Or whether or not you can choose your own ships to do the ship part of it. But if they just say, okay, this is the operation, you have to be in this level of Dominator suit, this level of Maverick suit, and you've not got any control over what equipment you're going into it, then yeah, it would feel very disconnected.
Yeah, I mean, I guess let me pick and choose my armor, etc.
If you've got it available,
based on what I own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd prefer that.
But,
and
yeah,
also, what I don't want to see is gated stuff. So if I'm an idiot and I want to go in unengineered armor, let me. I'm just going to face a harder battle. Whereas obviously, if I want to play it on easier mode, I can go and do the engineering, get everything got to grade 5, etc., and then I can kick ass and take names.
Yeah, well, judging by my experience of the altered grade 5 stuff, I can't kick ass and take names anymore, as I found out. But yes, it was. Yeah. So operations. I mean, overall, the whole when you actually went through the devlog itself, when they were actually broadcasting it, I was following all the YouTube comments. There, apart from some comments about anti-aliasing, it all seemed very, very positive.
Yeah, I thought that the general chat feedback was good.
Yeah,
people like the Kestrel.
Yeah, they really did.
Oh yes. So let's move on to the Kestrel itself. Now, obviously, phase 1 it kicks off on the 24th. So, but for those in the preview, we get the preview program. We get a week to play around with it and generate videos to help introduce people to it. And
we get the week to be shells for Frontier.
I mean, I haven't necessarily been a shell. I don't think about this ship, but never mind. Whoops! If I have to just sell it, yikes! That's on me. Sorry, lads.
So let's quickly go over the stats that we've got from it. It is a small ship. It is highly maneuverable, isn't it, Ben?
It's fairly. Yeah, you can throw it around a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go and compare it to how I can throw an eagle around, but yeah.
Yeah, it's got 5 hard points, 3 of which are large.
Yeah, that
2 are
surprised
small.
me.
Yeah. We have the Mark II thrusters, which gives you lateral thrusters boosts and increased maneuverability when you boost. So yeah, that's incredible. And we have the following: core internals, 5 size 5 power plant, size 5 thrusters, size 4 FSD, size 1 life support, size 5 power distributor. Now that's interesting. Size 2 sensors and size 4 fuel tank. Optional internals are 1 size 1, 3 size 2s, 1 size 3, 2 size 4s, one of which is a military slot, and 1 final size 5, with 4 utility slots that are available for whatever utility slots you want to do. So yeah, it looks like it hits hard. It's very maneuverable. I do get an impression that people think it's not fast enough.
I've seen that,
which is weird. I thought
it does. Like I did mine. It's not lightweight or anything like that. I did mine full dirty drives drag, you know the drill. I got it up to like 590 around that. This is just the Galactic Edition. I just got it up to 590. But I will argue.
Is that boosting or is that
boosting? Yeah,
just
boosting. Okay. I got it up to 590 boosting, but it's not the straight line boosting that makes it insane. No, it's when you press boost, it takes into account where you're pressing your lateral and vertical thrusters as well, and it boosts you in that direction, and that is bonkers. It's the weirdest feeling, and I love it for its novelty.
Right.
And it's just the weirdest, oddest thing to fly around. Curtis said on the devlog that he watched one of the earliest cinematics that he's seen of Elite had and I found the bit. It has a cobra, and the cobra comes down, the cobra twists 180. Shoots at something and then zooms off in the opposite direction, and the Kestrel is the ship that is the closest to being able to achieve that. Holy shit, it does it so well. It genuinely does it so well. It feels it's weird to fly. The novelty of it is fun. The new gun. Have it? I know Ben's flying it now. Have you flown it, Colin?
No, not yet. I was still downloading the preview version.
Fair enough.
As we were talking, as usual. So.
What about you, Alec? You haven't had the opportunity because you're doing Distant World stuff.
Well, yeah, I've only just installed it as well, so I might try it tomorrow morning.
I'm not a massive fan of the new gun, but that's mostly because I'm old and decrepit and shit and can't use fixed weapons.
Yeah, that's my feeling as well. I've tried the new gun. There's no problem. You're going to have loads and loads of ammo with the fuel, with the fact that it uses your fuel, because you've got a size 4 fuel tank in there, and it uses a lot of uses that ammo. It does overheat your ship quite a lot. I put thermal vent beams on mine, which negated some of the heat, but then I need to put a weapons focused power distributor on it, and it's for what is kind of gimmicky. My frag member gains dust in my hangar because I no longer have the mobility to be able to use fixed weapons. So I think I'm probably going to be better off putting like gimbaled multi-cannon, like 3 large gimbaled multi-cannons on it, and do a lot more damage. How does a small ship have 3 large hard points and 2 small?
That's one thing that's got me. I mean, the Vulture's got 2 large hard points, and that's smaller.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I must admit, I'm looking at Ben flying about here, and I'm getting Star Fury vibes from it. To be honest,
it is really fun. It is really fun. It's just a bit novelty.
I don't think it's novelty. I think it's a case of it's another one of these ships where you'll have to learn how to fly it properly, because in order to get the best out of it, there's going to be a learning curve. It's not like the Python Mk II, which was a case of this is as good as a Cobra Mark III, but bigger. So that's one of the things I do like about this approach, is that the ships all seem to have, especially with things like the Corsair, you've got to approach these new combat ships in a different way than before in order to get the best out of them. Because the Corsair, if you try and go into a straight turning battle with another ship, it's absolutely rubbish. But if you've upgraded the thrusters and using the lateral thrusters, you can outturn anything. It's just a case of knowing how.
I am enjoying this era of these new ships having really nicely defined roles as well. Like this isn't a small ship that could be a racer in the same way like the Eagle and stuff like that is. It does make a really weird noise. Once you've engineered
about the noise.
Once you've engineered the thrusters, it makes like an eagle-like noise apparently as the thrusters sort of slow down with their engineering, it makes like a predator crackle noise, and it's right in your ears. It might be just because I was wearing IEMs when I play, but it was like really. It was a bit distracting. That's probably more why I'm saying it's a novelty than anything else, because I don't think I could fly it very long with that noise.
Yeah, it's like the Asp Mark II. You had to get used to the noise of the Asp Mark II. The Asp has been had that engine noise that used to wind me up, but I just had to get used to it. It's one of those kind of things, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know that it is, because I wouldn't be able to place the Asp noise. This is like the predator crackle is right behind your head.
Oh, right.
That's the only way to describe it. It's got a little chugga noise in the background as well, so it sounds like it's a train and the thing. But it looks pretty. It looks pretty when it does its stuff. The little thrusters on the wings when they light up, and they light up in the colors. If you've got your engine colors different, they light up in the colors of your engine as well, which I think is a really nice touch. It's quite nice to have little pink ones when I've got that stupid skin on.
Can you see the front wings from the cockpit?
You can't, no.
Okay.
You can't, but I was flying, looking at it for quite a bit. It
looks like Tron.
Yeah, it's a really fun little ship to fly. It's nice.
Yeah, it's
Does anyone know
gonna
what cockpit it is, or is it a new cockpit?
I think it's an Eagle cockpit. It
I
looks
think you're
like an Eagle
right.
cockpit to me.
Small core dynamics cockpit, I think.
Yeah, well, that will be an Eagle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I must point the Elvis Kremen is pointing out that apparently the Mark II thrusters can be moved to other ships as well.
Can they actually?
Yeah. So it could mean the well, I don't know, because it's isn't it going to be only compatible with other small ships? Because imagine putting Mark II thrusters on a Fer de Lance. Oh yes, please. Right. But overall, the Kestrel does seem to be. Oh, it's got a specific role, and that is space supremacy in a fight. You can see it being maneuverable enough to take out small ships, but if you're trying to take on medium ships, this is going to sound really weird, but I'm hoping it's a glass cannon. Because otherwise, I think it'd be too overpowered. And that's what I'm concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
That, if this is the new fighter, and anybody in any other ship has no chance against it, then everybody, well, maybe that's the point. Everybody's got to get one.
It's just for reference, and I keep going back to this because we got the stats come through earlier today, before the partner program preview server went live. We got the stats come through, and immediately I opened ED Shipyard after I got out of bed, begrudgingly, knowing that I was going to have to load the server and play it rather than just lounge for a little longer. I opened up ED Shipyard and looked at like other ships in sort of this range, and the Python, the original Python, and the Crate Mark II have got 3 large hardpoints and 2 mediums.
Yes.
And I just see that and I get concerned.
They're upping all the.
Yeah, I don't want to use the word.
It's got 3 large hard points.
I don't want to use the word power creep, but it's really difficult not to when I'm looking at this information.
Like the Vulture's small, isn't it?
Yeah,
the Vulture's small.
So
yes,
I remember the big thing when the Vulture launched. The big thing about it was really unusual, really weird, because it was this small ship. But hey, it's got a large hardpoint on top. It was like this really... Two? Is it two?
Yeah,
It's
it's
got
got
two, yeah.
two.
But that was its thing. It was like really unusual, and now suddenly you've got this nimble little thing that isn't built like a tank, and it's got three
And two smalls,
and two. Yeah, yeah.
just for good measure.
I mean,
It-
I just don't want it to be another Mandalay where it will become the dominant ship in this particular role.
I don't know that it will. I genuinely don't know that it will. I want to put some multi cannons on it instead of the plasmas and see how I get on with those, and then come back to you. I only had a couple of hours to fly it today, so yeah.
At least you had a couple of hours. I haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, I think I will try and spend 20 minutes tomorrow if I can.
Yeah, I sort of I'm gonna have to take it into a combat zone just to make sure that first of all that I'm not as crap as I have found out I was. But yeah, I must admit I'm getting space above and beyond vibes looking at this, a cross between the fighters in that and an F-22. So yeah, it's they did say that they were using modern fighters as a inspiration, which I thought was quite interesting. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see someone take on a Python Mark II in one of these, just for comparisons. But then again, yeah, it'll be. Well, we'll just have to wait, I guess. So we'll probably come back to this at a later point, but I've just realised what the time is. So I'm going to quickly hand over to Alec to see what the community has been up to this week.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
So, following the same pattern as last week, I'm going to hand straight back to Psychic.
That form's still open. That form's still open. We're still looking for commanders to fill in the form for Lave Radio versus Loose Screws, just Family Fortunes / Family Feud, which is happening on the 28th of February. So not this Saturday, but next Saturday. It's just opinion based. So don't worry about it if you don't know anything. We've gone for a bigger number of commanders than we actually need. So we're gonna because of how Katie is collating all of the data. She's being my man in the gallery and she's doing all of that. So the final, like, the deadline for getting in your stuff is this Saturday, the 21st, I want to say. So please, yeah, Saturday the 21st. So please, if you've had a form from Katie already, please fill it in and get it back if you have not done so far. But next week in the show notes, I'll have like a details of the Tiltify page and where you can go donate to these lovely people who are giving up their time to play a silly game show with each other.
Excellent. Good. Thank you. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be...
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. Right. Next item is there's a new blog by Nicey. I don't know if it's Nicey's first blog of the year. It feels like it might be. It's called Devlog Decompiled 0226. How many ships? And yeah, it's just nicely digging into Monday's developer vlog and going through the stuff we know. So yeah, if you like your summaries of developer vlogs written rather than videos, my God, there's a ton of videos that have dropped. Then yeah, check out Nicey's blog. Always good. And Nicey finishes off by saying, I will also be resuming the semi-regular schedule for my blog, so you can expect to see more posts in the coming weeks. Good. Excellent. Right. The show rolls on. This week's Power Play newsletter comes courtesy from the Federal Times. I'm fully expecting every single power to have one of these. I think we've had 3 so far. So this one is the Federal Times, and we'll include a link in the show notes to a Reddit post where I saw this. And it's another sort of nice 4 or 5 page newspaper very much newspaper style thing put together with a bunch of articles about hacked emergency alert causes mass panic. Which kind of I love that there's a pull quote that I love in the front page article, which is which kind of imperial, which I assume is directly from the Civil War, where the guy with the orange sunglasses says, "Yeah, but what kind of American?"
Yeah, yeah,
really
I know that one.
Do you know the quote I mean? Yeah.
Yes, just before he
what
shoots.
kind of yeah? What kind of imperial? Anyway, yes, it's got some really fun articles. So yeah, check out the Federal Times. Right, next up, Mile 13 Gaming is back with a video. Haven't had a video from Mile 13 for a while, and it's a pretty in-depth Caspian Explorer review. Description on that one is: the Caspian Explorer introduces the first Class 8 frameshift drive in Elite Dangerous, the new Mark II supercharged optimized FSD, and it could very well be game-breaking. I took it for a long-range test drive and put it through the paces with exobiology to see where it dominates and where it doesn't quite fit. Is this the new long-range king or just another specialist ship? So yeah, nice review of the Caspian. Incidentally, on that, I just wanted to point out we had so we've got these time trials going on. The latest DW3 waypoint was out at Beagle Point, and there's been a time trial at Beagle Point for, it was one of the very first. Somebody just knocked it up, who happened to be out there when Razafrag first released time trials, and it's more in the kind of buckyball style. You start, there's a tourist beacon out there, and you start at the beacon, and then you fly to a planet, and you have to touch and go on the planet, and then fly super cruise to another beacon, and then drop out, and it's a quick little race. And Caspian is currently in first place, presumably because of its sterling ability to plummet down through, the gravity of a planet at 75 degrees and come out of glide like 10 feet off the ground. So I think as long as you can find a place to land it, it's very good at that kind of thing. Right, onwards is a video by Beetlejuice that I felt like featuring because I tried to do some painting last week and discovered that it's hard. So more props than ever to Beetlejuice for these. It's called the Radicoida unica plants on HIP 87621, and it's the usual wonderful time lapse of Jude doing one of her incredible drawings of the Radicoida plants while talking about them. It's very entertaining and very wonderful. Next one, item 7 is a video by Dimebot Gaming. Is it time to rework exploration payouts? Quite timely, because I've seen a lot of discussion on this, on what the new feature in Phase 4 this year might be, and could it be exploration? But he goes into some detail on just showcasing just how out of whack they are. That the difference between traditional FSS, DSS, exploration payouts from scanning systems and scanning all the bodies in the system versus plant scanning is huge. In fact, I was listening to the Distant Worlds 3 podcast today, and they had Felix Macedonica on it, who was fascinating to listen to. Really, really interesting listen. So well worth checking that out. But he was saying that he was out of the game for a while, and he didn't even kind of know about Vista Genomics, and he came back from some massive exploration trip, handed in his, like, whatever it was, 50 million from cartographics, and then just sort of stumbled upon Vista Genomics by accident and could not believe the payout he got from it. Anyway, in this video, Dimebot suggests one very interesting thing, which is to give a huge bonus for a full scan of a system, because in exploration you get so many where people just honk and go, or they scan the Earth likes and nothing else and bugger off. And suggesting that you could get a massive bonus for scanning a whole system, which would bring it back into line with exobiology. It's a really interesting idea. Right, 2 more things. Distant Worlds 3, there's all sorts of videos, but Ben talked about the mass jump, and there's a nice video by Siegfried Origin. I'm sure there's loads of different people's perspectives, but there's a mass jump from Siegfried Origin, which you can check out. And lastly, I thought I'd give this a quick call. I mentioned I'm putting together this leaderboard for all the Distant Worlds 3 Time Trial Championships. And seeing as this is what I'm doing rather than bubble buckyball races, it means I've got a leaderboard I can shout out occasionally. So far we have had 14 different races across the 3 or 4 waypoints. So 14 different time trials, 359 commanders now vying for a place on the big board. Although it's been pointed out that there's a bug in my program and I have duplicates, so it's not quite that many, but it's still a lot of people are taking part in these. And in reverse order, until I fix my bugs at least, the top 10 are Spaghetti 7, N-Curse, Tobias von Brandt, VR247, Stellian Renacius, me, Greaves, Gravy McGravyface, Calantha, and Sulu 2 in 10th place, which is wonderful to see. And that's out of 300, so yeah, well done, those 10.
Calantha's a Paphos as well. Woo woo.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I forgot to. Yes, it is indeed. Yeah. So yeah, well done. All this. There's some very, very talented pilots. Right.
Yeah, I'm still giggling at the Gravy McGravy face. I don't know why I find it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you have a community event taking place soon and you'd like us to shout about it across the airways, tweet the crew at Lave Radio, email us at info@laveradio.com, Blue Sky is at Lave Radio, or even put a message on the Discord, because we have our own little area for people to leave their community news there. But if not, Alec will hunt you down in a Kestrel. That's what it's going to be from now on, like in a Kestrel. Right, we're going to shake it up a little bit today because of the news, or we're going to take a quick break and then we'll come back with the rest of the show.
G'day, Commanders. Out in the black, you got enough on your plate. Scanning planets, dodging interdictions, dealing with some space collide trying to pinch your cargo, and trying not to burn your snags in the reactor coils all at once. The last thing you need? A rogue shrubbery situation while trying to wedge into a flight suit. That's why the good folks at Saracen are chuffed to bring you the Bushmaster. This is no-nonsense, solid gear that gets the job done. With the Bushmaster, gone are the days of your nether regions looking like a neglected terraforming project. The Bushmaster comes with multi-thrust precision blades, zero-G hair capture technology, and silent running mode for discreet deforestation. Don't be rocking a rainforest in your Dax, mate. Clip the Bullabong, mow the paddock, and blast the bush with the Bushmaster. Available at Lave Lifestyle Warehouse and the usual spots. Trim it like you mean it. The Bushmaster.
New from Azimuth Biotech, it's Tickle Me Thargoid. Tickle Me Thargoid is fun for all the family. Teach your little anti-Xeno commander the difference between an Orthrus and a Cyclops, a Basilisk and a Medusa.
Count the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a Cyclops.
Teach them their weakness and how to exploit them.
Now rip out the hearts, one by one.
I don't want to.
Do it. Using the tool. Do it. Now stomp on its face. Smash its face in.
I've got
Tickle Me Thargoid. Available now from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers.
From the creators of luggage limpets and passenger lounge suitcase shuttles comes the latest revolution in passenger transportation. The passenger cannon. For centuries, circus performers have perfected the technique of being fired from a cannon. Paired with our new memory gel passenger pod impact absorption technology, you too can speed up disembarkation times from your liner by up to 250%. No longer be limited by pad sizes and excessive docking fees with the passenger cannon. But how does it all work? First, all passengers will be issued with a passenger pod inflation suit during transit. On approach to your passenger's destination, simply fill the inflation suit with our patented impact-absorbing memory gel. Then, once in a stable position in proximity to the destination, effortlessly slide them into the disembarkation chamber ready for launch. The passenger cannon is now available in both gimbaled and turreted varieties to make aiming elementary. Make your liner one of the top 1% in the galaxy. Buy a passenger cannon today. Warning, passenger cannon must not be operated on high-gravity planets or near geysers.
And welcome back. Yes, well, let's have a quick look at the in-game events which have happened this week, which there hasn't been much, although there probably will be a lot more down the line. Distant Worlds 3 Expedition marks major milestones en route. So it's obviously to say that Distant Worlds 3 has reached Beagle Point, and loads of shenanigans has happened at Beagle Point, including time trials, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, it's although I'm not on Distant Worlds 3, I am glad it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's good to hear it progressing. So that brings us to the Power Play rankings for this week. In 12th, Betrayus is still at the bottom. 650 systems that he's got, having lost 3 this week. In 11th, we have Torval. She remains steady at 745. No new systems at all. In 10th, Delaney has the same problem. No new systems. 776 is his total. Winters in 9th gains 7 systems, bringing her total up to 993. In 8th, Antal has a bad week, losing 4 systems, and his total drops to 1,174. Archer has the best of the week, having gained 10 systems, 1,234. And in 6th, we have Kane gaining 7 systems, up to 1,268. In 5th, Grom gains 3, bringing his total up to 1,395. And Lee Yong-ri in 4th gains 4 systems, bringing his total up to 1,617. The Emperor in 3rd, her number of systems goes up 5 to 1,808. While Mahon gains just 2 in 2nd place, bringing his total up to 1,904. And Shock of the Week, although at number 1, Aisling has only gained a single system, bringing her total up to 2,370. So I'm beginning to slack off there, I think. So that is your
supporters, are you okay?
rankings. Power Play rankings for this week.
I'll reiterate, Aisling supporters, are you okay? Can we get a wellness check on Aisling supporters, please?
No, we don't. You can tell that
No,
the Aisling Sun Tool relics they've gone. So yeah, it makes such a difference. There's been a little bit of a change in the Enclave actually. Antal and Arissa have both gained or improved their systems, because Arissa's now got 2 strongholds, and Antal's now got 2 strongholds and 10 fortified. So it's a phenomenal amount of defensive work going on there. And to tell you the truth, operations and undermining can't come soon enough. In other news about that, Arissa does actually, and the rest of them, do seem to be making inroads against Antal. Operations are underway to undermine him in certain systems. But it just goes to show even though I think he's outnumbered 7-1, it's hard going. Or 6-1
Antal's
rather.
doing amazingly well.
Well, he's doing well here, but he's not doing well in the main one, because I think everybody's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently the Kane Discord players have now joined the non-aggression treaty. So yeah, it does feel like it's everybody else versus Anton at the moment. So yeah, that's what's going on in the wonderful world of Power Play, which brings us to that time of the week again.
Store alert!
Well, there's nothing new in the store at the moment. However, we do have 60% off some suit customizations, which I think is about time, because I hate
Yeah.
to say this, I've always thought the suits were a little bit too expensive for what they are. They look good, but I've got difficulty justifying paying that much for a suit.
So the
He
thing
says,
is,
having
with
paid so much for a dodo, but
the thing is with the suits, you can put them on any of your suits. Like you can build like multiple suits and then put the same cosmetic on each one, no matter whether it's your Artemis or your other two, whose names completely escape me at this current moment. But whether it's one of the 3 different types of suits, you can use your use whatever you want on each one. So you get more effectively, you get more bang for your buck rather than just buying a single skin for a single ship. That's not necessarily how I'm justifying it, but it is. It's one way. It's your way that you can go math it out, and it's fine.
yeah, it's yeah. There's plenty of different options, and surprisingly enough, I've always found that I do like the way you can mission match some suits together in some rather stylish ways, and
Yeah, you get some
it's the way
interesting
that I do it.
combinations sometimes. Sometimes they look terrible and just mismatch, but sometimes you just get these interesting, combos.
Yeah, I end up looking like something out of a New Order video, which is wrong.
That
You imagine
Intrepid pack's good, isn't it? It looks so good. Very
Yes,
tempting.
if you imagine Hank Hill out of King of the Hill in one of those big Bob Michelin Man suits, that's pretty much what my character looks like at the moment, which I really think I need to have some style guides. So moving on from there, we asked a question, didn't we, Psychic?
We did. We asked a question, but we asked a question on Friday because we knew that the our information would be coming on Monday. So we asked that question. Just as a PSA. We asked a question about what you think the ship is going to be, and we will go through those all in a second. What I will just say is that we are having some drops in audio at the moment. That is Discord's fault. It's nothing that we can do, and thank you for bearing with us while we just continue to talk and try and just bear with it. But I asked on Friday, normally I ask on Sunday, but I asked on Friday, what do you think the new ship is going to be? Let's start with Alec this week.
Right, so Bad Micah says, this is clearly the hangar of the new purchasable megaship. You wanted ship interiors? Here's a ship in the interior. Like it, like the angle, thinking that the entire picture is the new ship.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Interesting. Oh, wrong though.
No, don't do that. You'll get into a habit of doing that, and it's going to be wrong. Ben?
Yeah, so I think out of 100 commanders, Gecko went off and said, a small ship designed for boarding operations.
Gecko didn't say anything. Wintermute said it was a gecko.
Oh, yes.
Jesus Christ, Bella! Okay, good. Maybe put the Kestrel down and read the question of the week.
Be funny if the
Two
next answer was
voice
Commander
round.
Gecko reckons it's a winter mute.
Oh dear. I have Daisy Bell. Medium or possibly small combat ship, tick. Definitely, it's giving me core dynamic vibes too, tick. Perhaps it could be optimized for the kind of ship combat we'll see in operations, tick. That'd be neat. Regardless, it has a centerline pilot seat, which means I want it. You
Fair
know,
enough, fair enough, fair enough.
From just saying the name, every single one was a check in the box.
100%. Well done, well done. Silas Resi says, I want it to be a small combat ship. Like a ruggedized super sidewinder. Something to give the Vulture a run for its money.
Bingo.
Wow, you want, you get. Your wish is my command.
Yeah, winner.
Yeah, folks are doing well. Commander Cronenberg says, also going with Gecko, but for me, it'll be a medium combat ship that can carry a complete wing of commanders, all 4, into operations. Nice thinking.
Good thinking.
Sorry,
That's coming next. That's coming in April with operations.
Oh no!
That will
Just
somehow manage to
as one
push
of
4
these
commanders
ships.
in here.
Just as long as one of these ships is not the Ada Mark II.
It will be. It'll be the Adam Mark II. It's 100% what's happening, Colin. And you're just going to have to live with it and just not fly it.
What's more, you're actually going to like it. Adam Mark II is going to be the new meta, you know it. Right. Tartan Hopper is saying, based on the seat versus the ship's height, I think it's a small. Clearly a combat ship, but I don't know if it's an Alliance Super Eagle or a ground attack support ship.
Hmm.
I mean, I could argue it's a Super Eagle, even if it's not called a Super Eagle.
No, I can see where they're coming from. That.
Yeah.
Right, I've got as Ubermic. Looks like a new small ship, probably designed around operations. Viper Mark II. Viper Mark II was in the old. We're up to Viper Mark III and IV at the moment. Sorry to be pedantic. We'll have to go backwards.
No,
There'll
you're
be
not.
flying coffins.
No, you're not sorry, Colin. You're not sorry to be pedantic.
What is my job title in this thing? Archivist.
Exactly. You're not sorry. You're gonna push your glasses right up the bridge of your nose, and you're gonna say that with your full heart. Actually, it's not a Viper Mark II.
Actually, yes, the find that the rock. Oh, it hurts my brain to even talk like that. Or Nua Eagle. Which, to tell you the truth, I think this is the new Eagle, if you like.
Eagle's quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I was just saying,
Julius.
Is the new Eagle? Is it quicker than the Eagle?
Yeah.
No,
it's not. No, the Eagle.
No, the Eagle's well quicker. Julius says, I would go for a medium-sized passenger ship, but instead of luxury cabins, we get Mark II cabins where you can fit more people. The real reason for the ship is that you can bring your whole team fast to operation sites. That's coming in April, mate. You're getting that in April.
Yeah.
Special Mark II cabins that somehow tessellate human beings into spaces.
Maybe that's the ammunition. Slaves fire some slave cannons at them.
Oh my gosh.
A new kind of plasma repeater that uses passengers for fuel instead of fuel for fuel.
Asking for a friend. What about the people soup in all of the Thargoid weapons? Because we need to use them for ammo for something. Asking for a friend, definitely not me.
You'll never run out of fuel. Oh god, there's an advert in that.
I was like, the passenger cannon.
No, we know
the alternative passenger cannon. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Bingo, it writes itself. There it is.
Sorry, we went a bit dark there.
Drew Cat says Eagle Mark III, or realistically some sort of medium combat ship.
50-50, isn't it?
Daedalus thinks it might have been a medium passenger ship, or a Sidewinder Mark II, or a boarding action ship for operations. So many possibilities.
So many possibilities.
Yeah.
I would be very surprised. Or where we go. I would be very surprised to not see at least a medium or at least a passenger ship this year. Hopefully medium, but at
Yes.
least one.
I've got my fingers crossed for that, but as long as it means as long as it means that the passenger feature is not the rework, because I think there are other things which are of higher priority than a rework of passenger missions.
Yeah, that would be surprising, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and that's just me being grumpy. Right, Stephen Usher, him of Let's Start the Thargoid War fame. I think it's possibly a small ship designed as a close air support for ground operations. I'm guessing it'll come on some new missile or possibly bombing hardpoints. Well, it came with something new. We can say that.
Yeah. We definitely did. Who knows?
They're sticking with this. They're sticking with this new ship's having a new feature, which is quite fun, actually.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's I like the one thing we didn't mention is that those plasma 2 those Mark II plasma shock accelerators are locked to the Kestrel, but
you can't put them on another ship.
You can't put them on another ship. But at the moment, and I think this is a bug and it will probably get out. But at the moment, people on the partner program on the preview server have been putting the thrusters onto other ships. They have been able to do that. I don't think that's going to be a thing. But it just
right,
made me laugh
because this ship's got those fans in its wings to do this.
I think
that's what
I
makes
think
it
it's a
maneuverable.
mistake.
Yeah.
I do think it's something that they've like Frontier have just missed in their haste to get a hell they gave us all of the information they gave us like 2 days to process all of the information. They've given us a week to do the to try flying the ship, which is more than we've had for a really, really long time. So I'm going to forgive them for missing out, not being able to take it off, which is really nice. Katie Anna says, Gecko seems like a silly name for a ship. I know it was in an old game, but it gives me the ick. I desperately want the AF Scout Mark II for trolling purposes, but only I don't think they'd invest in trolling. Maybe it's something new, like a snake or a bird they haven't used before. Now they've used the Kestrel. Katie wouldn't know that. They've used the Kestrel before me.
Yeah.
Right. Elvis Kremen says, Vulcan DeLacy Gecko is my guess. Looks like a small ship with big, long legs. Just excited they're keeping on the trend of releasing new ships, hoping we get the Boa at some stage too.
Are you obsessed with the bloody Boa?
And why?
Popular choice.
Well, that's because it comes from the original game.
Yeah.
Even though it was technically just a cheese wedge. It was more of a cheese wedge than the Cobra Mark III was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
More room for our imaginations to run wild with it.
Pretty much.
This doesn't look much like the original Kestrel, does it, incidentally?
No, it doesn't. It's yeah. It looks completely different. The old Kestrel looks like something like an SR-71, which is the old Blackbird, but yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Actively Googling SR-71.
Ben.
Okay. Right, Little Big Yin saying the Lake and Spaceways conquer a long ship with flappy, twirly engines, and it does the shooting. It'll be called Gerald.
That feels
Well,
right.
we're gonna have to.
That feels right.
It does
Yeah,
have
We've got
flappy twirly
I think
engines.
Gerald is right.
Mm. I've seen a few people say this. It was my first thought. Does anyone else think the wing-mounted engine fans of the Kestrel remind you of a Philly shave electric razor?
100%, absolutely, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Excellent. Good.
Is this
that
where we find
or
out there's another razor advert coming?
Yes.
no, absolutely not. Like let us cook. They also like when they light up, if they're blue in the original color, when they light up, they remind me of like a gas hob burner as well.
Yeah.
Cool. I've got Artus 5060 or 5060,
You mean Atrus?
depending on Atrus. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Sorry about that. Fed Gunship Mark II, more Dakar. Maybe the Revenge of the Dakar. Not my original guess, but my squad mate has convinced me to switch my thinking to it. Yeah, if you want guns on a ship, then the Fed Gunship lives up to its name.
I mean, if you want guns on a small ship, this is the ship you're going to get now.
Yep. Got all
Bloody hell.
5 multi-cannons on mine. It's going to, full on Dakar.
Okay. I'm gonna switch out those guns tomorrow and try something that I don't have to aim quite as religiously with. Peppery says core dynamic, small, medium, anything at this point. Also brings something that gives hull tanks viability. Shield tanks are too strong. We need choices. That being said, from our napkin analysis, it's close to an Eagle. I'm curious about how they can make it relevant in a world where the C5 exists and if overtuned in the small category. What will it bring that a C5 doesn't? Good question. More nimble, more speed. We're already in the 600 meters per second and double vector change per boot. Fully combat ready. Really curious about this one. Being cheaper and having less performances than C5 would feel really pointless to many. Final wish about it: no more large hard points. It pigeonholes into pacifiers. Papa, I've got some bad news for you, mate.
Yeah.
Yikes. Bless him.
Oh dear. Right, nicey. Well, according to my research, which was me posing for a similar screenshot in front of an imp eagle for size comparison, I'm guessing a small ship. What role, though? Part of me would love to say a dropship for operations, but that seems unlikely. A SCO-enabled racer or small combat ship would be lovely, especially given how the Cobra Mark V performs. I do have a crazy idea of an operations-esque canyon runner stroke racer, which would be a get-in, get-out type ship with ludicrous speed, but fairly weak in defense and offense capabilities. Please, FD? Please?
Dear.
I've
Yeah.
often thought about that kind of canyon running stuff, or like, and I always thought about it in the same context, like with SRV missions. Like, what's to stop you not doing the canyon run or not doing the SRV journey and just coming straight down on the destination of where you're doing, with your ship?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of need the ceiling on things, or maybe crazy air defenses that mean if you fly above a certain height for a certain stretch of canyon, then the guns will take you down. I don't know. I love the idea of
Well, that's why
being
they did
forced.
the canyon run in the trench run, in Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, I love the idea
keep
of
out the
being
guns
forced to keep low. I think that's interesting
I
mechanic
think
for
like
small ships.
yeah, and I also think like this one would be like the Kestrel would be really good for if you've got sudden corners that come out of the blue and you have to sort of turn on a dime. It's really, really good at that with like I cannot stress enough how weird it is when you press boost and you're doing like a lateral movement and the ship moves faster sideways than it does forwards. It's so strange. I'm just not
Do you know what
expecting it.
I'll tell you what, watching you
Mhm.
fly the Kestrel and do that boost maneuver was reminding me of. It's literally just occurred to me. Does anyone remember the old arcade game Scramble?
Yes.
So
No.
Scramble was a side scroller, and you could essentially move your ship, up, down, left, or right. And you had to. There were bits where you had to go through these kind of vertical and horizontal maze sections through a building. So you'd have to move your ship to the front of the screen, and then when you got a vertical shaft, you'd have to pull down and back, and your ship would literally stop moving forwards, and instead just go vertically down, and then stop moving forwards again. Yeah, I got strong scramble vibes from watching you fly the Kestrel.
Yeah, I guess that is one way of looking at it. Yeah. Let's go back to a 40-year-old arcade game to try and get the idea around.
Sorry, all my references are very old.
For what it's worth, Colin, I've just tried shoving the Mark II drives onto a Mamba. And it could be because this Mamba's not engineered for speed, but it wasn't out terribly great for me.
Oh, right.
But I'd hardly call my test scientific either.
Was it
anyway, I'm going to go on and see what... Pardon?
Was it crazy maneuverable under boost?
Not real. It was maneuverable, but I'm going to go and compare it against the other the normal engine, but it didn't feel crazy maneuverable, no. Anyway, I'm going to go and say what Supreme Morpheus has been saying. The image shows something small. The landing gear and cockpit are very similar to the Eagle. I'm betting on a new Eagle variant.
Close enough.
You'd be right.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Rookie Star. Vulture Mark II with a single overpowered size 5 hard point.
Oh, buddy. No. It's got 3 overpowered size 5 hard point.
No, but yeah, just imagine that. A bit. Vulture Mark II has just got one gun.
A Vulture Mark II with one... Like, what, like, you've got large, you've got huge. Whatever's after huge, it's just that.
It's got a plane gigantic gun or something, yeah.
It's literally... Sorry, go ahead.
It's the A10, which is basically built round it's a flying gun.
I was gonna say you're just giving the Normandy the Thanix cannon, but it's been a while since I've got a Mass Effect reference in here. So what can I say?
Oh, just think how much calibration it'd need.
Oh my gosh! I wonder if I knew a man for a job. So Oberon says, as much as I want to throw any sound and reasonable logic out of the window, stick underwear on my head and chatter manically about how I think, read, wish it's a gecko with the same hysterical gameplay of being one of the best reverse ski or to fly backwards ships ever, which would be even more entertaining if it was given a single size for a hard point top and center of the hull. I just don't think FDev would though. So I'm going to put the underwear away, sit down and be semi-serious just for a sec. I'm liking the idea of it being a new Eagle and can see that in the cockpit design, but that front end just not pointy enough in my IMO. Definitely has a bit of girth going on. In the vein of small snakes, hold it together there, peeps. I'm trying to be serious just for a second longer. I'm thinking it might be a Viper. The nose is surely more wedge-shaped than an Eagle. The cockpit is centrally placed, and from what I'm seeing from the photo, only one commander can sit there, though nobody would moan if you could get 2 on board. I'm thinking it will be agile, only has 2 speeds, express train or stop, twitchy enough to be near impossible to keep on the straight and narrow, operates uber cold, long landing gear, yet petite enough that it can nearly hide in plain sight. Sounds just like an old girlfriend, actually. Right, going back to wearing pants on my head and praying to the Braben for that gecko. It wasn't a gecko. Do you think the gecko's on the cards this year, maybe? Well, there's 5 options.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. I'm just trying to work out where it could fit in, because the Gecko would still be a small ship, I reckon, because it's about the same size as the Cobra 3.
Yeah.
Would it just be this by another name?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more multi-role, I think.
Right.
But
is the Gecko the new Panther Clipper? Is a follow-up question to that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? Now that we've got the Panther Clipper out of the way, what is the ship that you really want from the old games in next?
Yeah.
There's a question
Weird.
of the week in the future.
Oh, I've got one for this week. We'll maybe do that the next week after.
Right. Fellacuti says Sidewinder Mark II. When purchased with ARCs, you can select the ship for rebuy. In addition, it comes with a special interdiction module that makes you drop directly in front of the enemy, facing them, and a plasma gun size 6. Now, seriously, I really can't see any possibility of a new ship without removing all the advantages of the latest pay-to-win ones. I'm genuinely curious to see what new problem Frontier is going to invent, just so they can justify selling this ship.
Oof. Okay.
Gosh.
That's how you really feel.
Yikes.
That's an interesting. We've got to create a new problem for players that can only be solved by this new ship.
I will say, if they do like a combat CG on the back of selling it, that's all well and good. But if I do a combat CG, I'm going out with my Corvette. You know, if we're doing that, I'm not going to fart about in a little micro ship that involves me having to like put an effort in. I'm going to take my Corvette out and just do it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have been dropping hints that the pirates are playing up, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might be the emphasis, but yeah.
Okie dokie, on to Chicken Cow God. I'm seeing a small core dynamic ship. I'd love it if it'd be the first of the new ships to actually go fast with in-house performance thrusters. I think we could argue that. It'd be cool to replace my courier for Odyssey stuff, because it feels way worse using an Imperial ship for that than a Fed one as an Alliance girly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, mostly right,
I'm not
I
quite
think.
sure I'd agree with that. I'd agree with what they're saying. I'm just not sure I'd agree with using a Fed ship over an Imperial one, especially if your loyalty lies to the Alliance.
You use the enemy ships against them then, if you're that way inclined. I have the Jinx effect. It will probably share its name with a danger noodle. Okay, I'm not quite so sure what you means by a danger noodle.
Snake is a danger noodle.
It's
a snake.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, wrong. Maybe a small one, like a Igata, a flathead, or a Malagasi. You know what? Forget I even said that. I'm not sure what to expect, but it looks sleek. Maybe it's something that runs cold and stealthy. I wonder if it'll introduce new mechanics to support stealth too. I would like to see a new type of shielding heat sink that keeps your ship dark for longer, or hushed running that keeps your shields at a minimum level with a boost charged with a booster to charge it up one entering combat. I'm not sure if there's much interest in new stealth mechanics, at least for combat-focused pilots, though. So that is my wild shot in the dark guess. Which, to tell you the truth, so far we haven't had anybody come up with the idea of a stealth ship yet. I quite like the idea of that.
It was one of the things, like we've asked, what would you like to see in a new ship, and people did speak about stealth ships.
Yeah, I love the idea of like a stealthy sniper or something like that. Although, God, it would be absolutely horrendous for the pirates, because you're just not going to be able to see them, and if they can one-shot you.
Interesting, isn't it? That kind of thing? It's like, how do you balance it?
Yeah.
How do you make it balanced for that kind of for PvP and for PvE? Because eventually your plan is to have NPCs flying it as well, and when does it not become fun? And it's that thing about when one of the little Thargoid guys who was just objectively not fun, so people stopped interacting with the content. Yeah. Yeah, and we just went we just stopped like in the best will in the world, we stopped interacting with it. And so there's a case for trying to find the balance and trying to find the right thing. I don't know. In this world of Elite.
The first thing I think I would think about doing would be giving it, like people were saying, give it one chunky gun. Give that chunky gun super slow ammo, maybe?
Maybe. You'd need to do that anyway. If you're calling it a sniper, you'd need to do it anyway. It would need to have either 2 or 3 shots and a slow reload time to make up for. I don't know. Typhus Dissonor says it's a dropship for operations. Similar to the Vulture, it can land on small pads. It's got fold-out wings / legs. Maybe an Eagle Mk II or some other bird-like name. Budgie? So close!
The budgie. Hey, if you're doing rares runs, does that make you a budgie smuggler?
Yes, absolutely. We need the budgie. Frontier, pay attention.
Well done, Colin. I was working on my own budgie smuggler joke, but you got there first.
Sorry.
Kazanik says, I'm expecting a newer version of the Vulture, or something fulfilling a very similar role for dropship for operations. I'm really hoping it comes fitted with a Mark II SRV bay so they can be dropped without the ship having to land. Yes, please.
Oh. Yes, we want that. Mind you, I don't think they could class that as a vessel.
I think Caspian owners would particularly like to be able to drop SRVs without having to land.
You're not wrong there.
Ben?
If I'm here, I'm losing connection, and God knows what the hell's happening to Google Docs.
No.
I'm seeing weird things. Very weird things. Could somebody else take my last
Okay, so Eyeball says Speedy Boy with a boost speed braking 100 meters per second. Only comes in red and has fluffy dice included.
I like that, but only if I can take the fluffy dice off and put them on an SRV if I want to.
We have wanted fluffy dice in there since the beginning.
Yeah.
Ever since we saw the first bobbleheads, everybody wanted Red Dwarf or Starbug like fluffy dice.
Would you take fluffy dice just in a as a bobblehead style rather than hanging from the roof?
No, it has to be hanging from the roof.
That's probably why it's not in yet then.
I know, that's probably what.
Because they don't do it as a Christmas tree light, but there's only one of them.
Yeah, maybe you could do that.
I think it needs some dangle mechanics to make it really pay off.
No, to tell you the truth, you don't need dangle mechanics. You just need
physics.
Welcome back to Jiggle Physics. Let's go. We brought it back from last week. Let's have it.
From the jingle to the dangle. There we go. Well, that's just wrong. I have Commander Knight. But incidentally, I have just managed to have a quick zap around Shinrata Desra in this Kestrel, and it's nuts.
Yep. Yes, it is, Colin.
I must admit, yeah, it's. I just hope it is as fragile as a TIE fighter, because otherwise it's going to just clean up. Right, Commander Nikon, a small-sized combat ship, something special for the new operations. Could be an Eagle Mark III with actually good weapon slots and combat capabilities. Well, you got a ching on that one. Maybe it'll keep up with the Mandalay by using new fungus power. Someone's been watching too much Mycenial Network.
New fungus power. Commander Midnight Wraith says an Alliance combat ship complementing the Corvette and Cutter, but with different trade-offs, large, could not be further from accuracy. Just to bring it round.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit,
Mm.
most of the contributors there, they kind of got the, if they said Vulture Mark II or Eagle Mark III, we could give them a pass, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I saw one person. I had a quick look around the internet over on Saturday. I had 5 minutes. A video was exporting, so I had a quick look around the internet to see if anybody had guessed it or anybody had said something, and I saw one post on the forums. Actually, I ventured towards the forums even, and there was one post on the forum that was really, really throwaway, and it was like, oh, it'll be something really, it looks like a small ship, something really nippy, like a kestrel or a gecko.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all they said, like a kestrel or a gecko, and then I didn't see them say anything else again. And that is the one instance I've seen anybody say kestrel. There might be more now. Well, evidently more now, but there may have been more like sort of on Sunday. But I was like, no one, like barely anyone was close. So many people were set on gecko.
Yeah.
So many people.
Right. Well, that's it.
We got through them.
Yeah. Right. Any other business? Ben?
Do you have a wife pass yet?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Myself and maybe Colin will be on the Distant Worlds podcast this Friday at 7. To talk Lave Radio and all other things. I'm not entirely sure what they want to talk about, but apparently Nagy is saying we don't need to be on DW3 to actually join in.
Cool.
On the Distant Worlds 3 podcast. Okay, cool. I have a thing. We had so much fun. We genuinely had so much fun playing Blood on the Clock Tower on Sunday. I'm making it a regular thing. So if you would like to join in and play Blood on the Clock Tower, we will do sessions on a Sunday, evening. And if you want to come and play, you don't have to have a camera. Microphone is certainly preferable. No, you need microphone because otherwise you won't be able to do it. And I can walk you through how the game works and all of that kind of stuff. It's really fun. Come on over and come play because I'm having an absolute whale of a time. And it's very, very fun watching, engaging with it. It's like Werewolf on Crack. It's very fun engaging with it, but it's also very fun as a storyteller, watching your friends talk themselves out of the solution and watching one of your friends absolutely turn on his son on a fucking dime. It was a beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful game. It was great. Please, if you fancy coming and seeing what it's about, come and join in. It's great stuff.
Excellent. Right then, let's do the shout outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, it broadcasts on a Thursday from 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv/Hutton Orbital Truckers, or if you just want the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For any discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. We're also giving shout outs to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts. So we'll say hello to The Guard Frequency, who do other space games as well. Tony was asking, and I know he's going to be listening, so Tony was asking if we're actually older than them. Yes, we are. Well, our birthday's next week, and their birthday is in December of 2013. So
I
yes,
thought you meant the age of us.
Oh no, the podcast. Because he was complaining.
Like you, me, and Alec.
He was complaining about the fact that
it might be close, Ben. Sorry, Colin.
He was complaining about the fact that we're so far ahead of them in episode numbers now, and what can we say?
Buck up, Buttercup. That's all we can say.
Also, on the other side of the Atlantic, we have the Loser Screws. Who changed that?
I might have changed the show notes discreetly.
Oh my god, this is fighting stock. The egg that is going to be on your face when they win. The absolute egg.
Yeah. By the way, Loose Screws, that was Alec who did this.
Yes, no, I'm in enough trouble with them as it is, but never mind. Oh, no, Chiggy has now, he's threatened me now.
They're genuinely coming for you, and I can't wait. I'm so glad that I've organised it and I'm not involved.
As Ben has already mentioned, there is the Distance World 3 podcast that'll be happening this Friday. And if you speak French,
well, let me tell you that I just let the funky music do the talking.
There's the wonderful podcast by the Elite Dangerous people who also do those fantastic missions as well. Following on from this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest that's provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. We'd like to thank everybody who's chipped in the Twitch chat. And the in-game commanders that we've had are Commanders Rocky Star, Epathis, Boggart, JT, our favourite weather system, Steak Typhoon, Siberius, Crackalo, and Soccer 42. So, special thanks, of course, go to Commander Tokuso, JN Trax, and Alvin Stroud, who have created music that we use on this show. So that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you'll find all the contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. And we also love getting feedback from you on Spotify. So like, subscribe, tick, cross, whatever it is to help us beat the algorithm. So do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin. Night all.
Thanks to Ben.
Night, y'all.
Thanks to Claire.
Thanks, Colin. Catch you guys later.
And special thanks goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark IV.
You're welcome.
So until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? It's almost someone having an orange inserted. Need a safe word.
Space can be low.
I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet Test Drive, 17th of February, 3312. The soon-to-be-released Core Dynamics Kestrel will revolutionize combat, coupling the firepower of a medium fighter with the agility of a small ship. This assessment follows Core Dynamics' delivery of a small number of pre-release Kestrel fighters to journalists, ahead of the ship's release in early access next week. With 3 large and 2 small cheek mount hardpoints, the ship also has 4 utility mounts, which in the review models came fitted with shield boosters. With size 5 power plant, distributor and thrusters, the ship is designed to be highly responsive, but it takes a skilled pilot to make the most of the ship's manoeuvrability. The Mark II Agile Boost thrusters display a unique behaviour on boost. Rather than direct all the additional thrust to the main engines, the thruster software first monitors for control inputs and directs the boost first to the lateral and vertical thrusters before delivering the balance to the forward thrusters. This means incredibly tight turns, even with flight assist on, but it also makes it easy to overcorrect, leaving you hunting for your target. With dirty drives and drag drive modification, the Kestrel can boost to 600 in a straight line. With its tiny size and extreme agility, your opponents will have a hard job getting a lock. The frameshift drive is a respectable size 4. Like all Core Dynamics ships, it's unlikely to be popular among explorers, but with engineering, a fully kitted out Kestrel can achieve a 25 light-year jump range. The size 1 life support and size 2 sensors reduce the overall mass of the ship. The optional internals are a size 5, 2 size 4, one of which is a military slot, a size 3, 3 size 2s and a size 1. The review model came with size 5 bi-weaves and reinforcement packages in most of the other slots. It also came with 3 Mark II plasma shock accelerators fitted to the 3 large hardpoints. These burst-fire plasma weapons deal damage equally against shields and hull, and the ready installed plasma slug modification means your ship's fuel becomes the ammo. With 3 of the things fitted, heat management becomes an issue. Another reason it'll take a skilled pilot to get the best out of this ship. Pip management is also crucial to get the most out of the thrusters and plasma accelerators while also managing shield health. Core Dynamics is making the ship available in Standard, Stellar and Galactic editions. The Stellar edition delivers a ready-to-use build, while the Galactic edition adds a ship kit, an Owners Club decal and an animated flare holo kit, which does a good job of highlighting the Kestrel's outsized manoeuvring thrusters. The Core Dynamics Kestrel will be available in early access from Tuesday, the 24th of April.